What's up, guys, and welcome back to my review station, where I have another review. Boy, has it been a while. It's been over 2 months now. Things happen. I dedicated myself more to a gaming channel, and I hadn't really bought a toy in 2 months, which is probably a new record for me, knowing how often I throw money at plastic. But I do have a new one. I have a new toy, and I have a bit of a story to go along with it before I decide to bring out the box. So, as you guys probably know, I've gone to conventions now for a better part of a year, over a year. And you've seen the videos, but what you haven't seen is me staring at this toy for the past couple conventions. Normally not being able to afford it because I tend to not go for the huge price things. Anything over 50 bucks is normally a no-go for me. But also, my friend, who tends to normally watch these videos, kept telling me I won't be able to afford it. But the last convention was the beginning of this month, and I decided I'm going to go with it. I'm going to just say, fuck it, I'm going to go for it and buy it. And I did. And it is S.I.C. Kamen Rider Wizard Flame Style. A very cool toy. So as you can see, here's the box. It's outlined in Wizard's traditional magic symbol, with 4 gems dotting the corners. S.I.C. Up there you probably can't see. Do I want to move? Yeah. S.I.C. Flame Style. It just says Kamen Rider Wizard Flame Style all around the box in the ring with S.I.C. He is number 70. I believe he was the first in the Wizard line, followed by Water Style, Flame Dragon, and Water Dragon are all the releases I know of so far. You can see his accessory parts over here. Obviously, Bandai, Tamashii. On the top, you got Kamen Rider Wizard, Flame Style. On the side, you got basically everything, or the same stuff that's on the front in a different way. S.I.C. Super Imaginative Chogokin. On the bottom, Kamen Rider Wizard Flame Style, and the bottom of my table. On the other side, same. Here on the back, you kind of get spoilers of the effect parts. Really? Poses he can do, accessories he comes with. Poses. He does actually do probably my favorite pose, which I will get to later in the video. And just some Japanese text, obviously. I'm still not that good with kanji. But on the bottom of the box, you just got your warning, and that's basically it for the packaging. So let's get them out. This is a lot simpler and open than my previous S.I.C. I reviewed, which was a 2-pack. And you get Wizard's magic ring as a cool background if you want. And here is the tray. You also get this, I guess it's a Tamashii stage. It comes separated in a baggie, tape to the bottom, which I didn't see the first time I pulled him out, which I thought was really weird. I expected a stage, but stage, meh, it's just a generic stage, clear. It doesn't hold him up very well, but I will get to that in the posing section. So here is Wizard. You see the main body there, his effect parts, his weapons, his accessories for the weapons. He's got accessories for accessories. Down at the bottom are his hand count, are all his hands, and you've got his effect parts and his claw monster. Because I'm pretty sure each of the Wizard S.I.Cs can come with one of the claw monsters. And now we are going to delicately, and without transition, pop this open. This is my least favorite part of this kind of packaging. Is the actual opening of it. Because I don't really... You see, I don't want the hands to go flying. And so you can see the hands went flying, and I have to take a minute to readjust the hands, put one back in, and take out the figure, and put him off to the side. This piece is just in there to hold his cape in, essentially. And here you have the first S.I.C for Kamen Rider Wizard, and I really like this guy. I've played with him a few days, and he is fun. As you can see, they took... S.I.C tends to take a less than show-accurate take on the suit designs. His head looks a lot more mean and aggressive with, like, fangs. And, like, really, he really looks angry. I really do like it. What do I say about the suit? I really do enjoy Kamen Rider Wizard's suit design. No matter how awkward his belt is, I really thought his suit design was cool, and his show was overall above average. I guess I have to talk about details. A lot more silver paint, a lot more stylized molding on the S.I.C versus, say, the in-show suit design. They've taken a little bit of liberty with the jacket here. I believe in the show they were perfect circles. You can see his pants. A lot of nice molding. If one thing S.I.C is known for is probably the amount of molding, where most, I'd say, most suit designs are very basic level molding. The S.I.Cs take that and pump that up. You see all the individual lines of his suit. It doesn't really look like a set of armor anymore, besides probably the shoulder pads and I guess the magician's cape. I'll get to that in the posability section, which yeah, I can do now. Posability wise is very good. He has 2 joints in the head section. He has a ball joint at the base of the neck, and a ball joint at the base of his head, so he can do looking up that high. He can just do all this kind. He can swivel. He can question your every action. Indeed, he has a very good amount of expression in his dual ball joints. His shoulders are, I believe, pin disc shoulders. You can see in there the hinge with attached to something. The shoulder armor, I guess, The shoulder piece is on. Is it a ball joint? No, it's just a hinge right in there. So it's good at getting out of the way stuff. His range is full 360 out. He can move up and down a bit. He does have a bicep swivel. He has a double jointed elbow. Very good range. He can even punch himself in the face if he wants. Quit punching yourself, dude. Quit punching yourself. He does have a wrist peg. No, it's a ball joint. Give a good shot of the ring here. Not a lot of detail. I bumped the camera. Sorry. Very basic. It's just like the translucent red piece. They didn't mold in the helmet very well. I think the molding might be there, but it's not in paint. But he can swivel. Taking a look at the driver, I guess I have to actually talk more about detail. And I keep bumping the camera. Can you tell it's been a while since I've done this thing? Because I can. Driver definitely looks good. Give you an all-around shot. I guess I have to give you a back shot as well. Which definitely looks good. Overall, I really do enjoy the look of this figure. And I don't have a figure art to compare him to. But if I did, I'd probably like this guy more just because I could play with him better than a figure art. But that's not for this section. The jacket section is soft plastic. It has a bit of flex to it. The driver is very accurate to how the toy plays out with the swiveling hand. Is the hand? Yep, the hand's just pegged in. He has two joints for his torso. He's got an upper ab crunch, so he can, I guess, bow. And he's got, I believe it's a ball joint, so it allows full rotation. And he's got a joint right under for additional swivel. He also has, well, you can do that to him if you want. That's a ball joint right there. What I'm trying to mean, he has an extending waist, so if it's locked down, you can't move him as much. You can move it up, and then he can bend more. His chest gems are on a ball joint connection for a reason unbeknownst to me, and they can slide, so you can get a look at. Oh my God, he's got a hollow torso. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Yep, he's got that waist joint. Hips. Are they ball jointed? Yeah, they're definitely ball jointed. You can probably tell if you look in there. So you get fairly good range of motion. He can do a rider kick fairly well. I know this wasn't Wizard's traditional rider kick. I can't really recreate that in a toy form. His like jumping back kick, whatever it was. Looked really cool. Hard to recreate. But he can do a rider kick for all those out there who only buy toys for rider kicks. He can go forwards, straight, backwards, that far, gets hindered by the cape. He can go out that far, it bumps up against this piece here, because we really want to focus on his crotch. He's got double jointed knees. Very full range of motion there. Very nice. He does have a bit of a thigh swivel. You can see there's a piece of plastic under it. And he's got pin disc feet. You can go all the way around, and he can tow. So overall, his posability is very good. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know I posted a few photos of this guy doing things because he's fun to pose. His cape is on a multitude of joints. He's got a pin disc here and a ball joint and hinge here, so you can go full out splayed. They also took the time to paint his additional wizard rings somewhat correctly: water, hurricane, land, and a few magic rings. Although they should be orange, not really red, but oh well. So you can definitely go like his cape's like a breeze just hit him. He's like, whoa, my cape. Come on, you. There we go. So you can do that. You can swivel if you want to have an up cape. This is soft-ish plastic, and it has Wizard's spell. I guess you can his spell ring, at least bits of it. It has nice silver detailing. You can do that for some reason. I don't know why you want to. That's not how a cape works. God damn it! Stop breaking the rules of physics. And you can do that, which I guess is akin to a classic pin-up girl upskirt. You know, I don't mean upskirt. I mean like, you know, I guess I don't know if this is Japanese at all, but the photo that I think made Marilyn Monroe. Wow, did I really say Manson? Like that singer, Marilyn Monroe, famous, but she stood over a vent, a grate in the air, and hot wind blew her skirt up. That's what I'm trying to reference, if you guys understand. You can do this kind of thing. It's also ball jointed and hinged. I believe it. Yeah, it can. Oh no, it's not ball jointed. It's just pinned in, so it can be removed for however long you want your skirt. His skirt. So overall, posability, I would say very good. Not really anything I'm missing. I can't say I'm missing anything on the posability. But we can set him up with the stage, if you so choose. This piece right back here is just pegged in, and this is where the stage kind of sucks. You just peg it in, and he's so heavy that he just falls forward and just falls right off the peg. I'll try and do something. See, this is kind of, well, I guess nope, there he goes. See, this peg is not strong enough. It's got 3 hinges here, here, and here. But I guess you could try and do some kind of flying thing. You could have him sleeping, if you want. I don't know why you'd want to have him sleeping, but you can. And that's all I have to say about that stage. Let's get into accessories. So, first off, obviously, we have the Wizard sword gun in both sword and gun mode. Looking very nice. This is by far my favorite accessory on this guy, and probably all of my Kamen Rider collection so far. This looks amazing in my opinion. Excuse me. You've got a really slim, kind of musket-esque handle here, leading into a gigantic blade. And see, this is the scale I wanted the DX toy to be. This is the scale everyone wants the DX toy to be in. This is proper scale. This looks like a giant weapon in his hand. Looks like he can take out just a metric buttfuck ton of losers standing in his way, of phantoms. A lot of nice molding in here, you can see. It does have the hand. and there is a gimmick involved with it. You can call it a gimmick. It's got clear plastic. It's fairly hard plastic. It's not going to break. So you have the wizard sword gun in gun mode as well. A lot more compact, a lot more gun looking. It looks more like a gun with a bayonet on it. Just stab, stab, stab. Which I can't say I'm not a fan of. It also has the hand. I'll get to that gimmick in a minute. We have a variety of hands. We have splayed open posing hand for that hand. Obviously he comes with punchy fists, but you can see splayed open pose hand for, I guess, his transformation. Obviously a weapon holding hand, and we've got completely splayed open for using spells and using finishing attacks and whatnot. These hands I'm going to be using at least those two for now. I'll probably try the transformation pose. I've seen it's on the back of the box. I'm going to definitely try that. But I just can't remember at the moment which side to use the sword gun. Also, you have effect parts for his hybrid mode, because S.I.C decided to go with a hybrid mode. So you get claws, you get a brand new helmet accessory, and you get wings, akin to his flame dragon form. And you get these two accessories, which are the open hands for the wizard sword gun, and in both modes, you get two of them for each, or one for each accessory. You'll see what I mean in a second, but it's used to recreate my favorite pose, and you have his little phoenix claw monster, which is done very nicely, very accurate. Look at that tiny little scale. Oh, so cute. Nice amount of silver. Everything's picked out. Even the wizard ring is picked out. He can do something akin to that, which is like kind of stealing Soundwave's gig, but oh well. Claw monster, very nice. Happy to have it. It can't stand up though. It actually can't stand up due to its tail. So let's get into some posing. First, we're going to do my favorite pose. Basically, this is attached by two pegs. There, and there, and there. You take this out. You give him a weapon holding hand, like so. The hand swapping's not horrible. I mean, it's on a ball joint, but it's kind of the easiest one I've found so far. You just slide the sword gun into his hand, which is actually the trickiest part. Put it there. You put your sword gun here. You put the completely splayed open hand. Sorry, have to do this. And holding him. And then you take your sword gun and you give it a high five. And you can activate the finishing attack for his sword strike. Can I do this even better? I've done this better before. Definitely like that. Come on and slash. Shake hands. Come on and slash. Shake hands. Let me move in a bit. Excuse the shaky camera work, please. So you can see, I absolutely love the fact that he can do this pose. It recreates the show so much. That's the pose I tend to do when I'm playing with the Wizard Sword Gun. And by far that's my favorite. So let's get into some other effects here. We only have a short amount of time left. This is a long ass video, but he is a good figure. He can also do a henshin. So, well, technically he can do that. And then something I'll try that in a minute. Actually, let me see the back of the box. Okay. I kind of see what you're supposed to do. I'll try that at the end as like the closing thing, but let's get into these effect parts. So first you can take this piece. This is his crown. You're going to want to remove this section. It's just pegged in. You're going to want to, there's a peg right in there that pegs into the hole. Not the most secure connection, but there's that. You're going to want to take these effect parts, and they have an R and an L. This one is the right one. And just slide it over his foot. Doesn't affect posability much. Slide the left one. And I guess you have him walking on lava with a really weird crest. And then you come around to the back and you see these two pegs. These are actually, well, they are actually pegs, is what I mean. I mean, you see these two little bits of armor. You just unpeg them. Take the wings. They're on hinges. And you peg them in. Just plug it in, peg it in. And there you have Wizard in his hybrid mode. And it's basically him fused with this little guy. His wings there, his claws there. Which is a subtle touch that I actually like. I mean, Flame Style is not supposed to fly, but why not just give him goddamn wings? What did I say? There. It's very subtle. The only thing you're really going to notice is this piece change from this, but it's definitely a cool idea that S.I.C came up with. And obviously he can still hold his sword. Let's give him a gun. Let's give him a gun for this final, I guess, final bit of the video. He does have a molded trigger finger, so that's cool. I'm not sure if this is how Wizard properly held his gun, but it's how... Dang. Oh well. For one last thing, I guess I have to compare him to other things back in a second. Sorry about that jump cut, but for comparison, here he is with Copper. Look good together. It's probably a rider he's never going to fight, but you never know. Here he is with S.I.C's other style of line, the Kiwami Tamashi. He is with S.I.C Decade, which is definitely something I wanted to mention that you should look out for if you're buying this figure. S.I.C has two different runs two different versions of the toy line. The regular version is the tall one. Their S.I.C. Kiwami Tamashii is this scale. So if you're ever out shopping for S.I.C. and you want a bigger one, make sure to look at it correctly. It doesn't say KT or Kiwami Tamashii. Something Soul. Tamashii is Soul. I don't remember the rest. But yeah, I haven't reviewed this guy because I don't feel the need to, but here he is with S.I.C. Decade. And just for giggles, here he is with an American standard Power Ranger figure. Just happens to be Dino Charge green. His shoulder pad's over there, but there you go. And I believe that's basically it for Wizard. He's definitely a good figure. He's definitely really good. There's nothing overly weak about him, besides some of the connections, like the claws don't peg in very well. The helmet piece doesn't peg in very well. And but the strength of the posability is definitely like A. I'll give it an A. The style and the design is definitely good. Give that probably an A as well. The accessory count, he comes with everything Flame style needs. So definitely probably A+ there for accessories. And just overall, he is a very, very good figure. Now, I'm not entirely sure how to end this video. I mean, I wanted to try and do this pose, but I don't really care much about the hand swapping to try right now. I might post a photo on Twitter trying to do that for some reason, but yeah, that's it for him. I definitely think if you're into Kamen Rider Wizard, or you probably can't get the figure art, this is definitely a figure you should pick up. Now, as always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated. And until next time, keep it weird.